This is the live podcast with Manuel, living in full expression. Welcome to the live podcast with me, your host Manuel, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about something that most people feel uncomfortable about. And I want to begin by sharing a story with you, and then you get to understand why this is very important. Last Tuesday, I sat down to write. Nothing unusual, just me, my laptop, and a clear 2 hours block that I've put aside. And 2 hours later, I've written exactly 147 words. But I had checked my phone 37 times. I didn't mean to. I was not conscious doing that. My hand just reached and over, like a reflex I couldn't control. And that's when it hit me. I'm not engaging my time poorly, but I'm just getting digitally addicted. And here's the question. What if the biggest obstacle to your creativity isn't a lack of time, talent, or discipline? What if it's a deep ingrained digital addiction you don't even realize you have? And in today's episode, we're going to expose the hidden forces stealing your focus and revealing exactly how to rewire your brain for sustained concentration in the next 21 days. And this is going to be an uncomfortable process, but it might just unlock a level of mental clarity you thought was impossible. So if you're ready, let's begin. First, let's address what you're probably thinking. You might say, I'm not addicted. I just use my phone at work and everyone does. But here's the truth. You don't have a time management problem. You don't even have a discipline problem. You have a dopamine hijack problem. And here are some realities I want you to be aware of. You are up against billion-dollar algorithms because the smartest engineers in the Silicon Valley designed your apps with one goal in mind: to keep you scrolling, clicking, distracted, and always coming back. They've weaponized behavioral psychology, and your willpower doesn't stand a chance. And number two, what I want you to understand is that your brain is literally rewired. Every notification, every scroll, every dopamine hit is changing your brain's reward system, and your baseline for stimulation keep rising. Then normal life, reading, thinking, creating, these things start feeling boring by comparison. I want you to know that this isn't your fault, but it's your responsibility. You didn't ask to be hijacked, but you are the only one who can reclaim your attention. And the good news is this: the neuroplasticity works both ways. The same brain that got hijacked can be rewired, and faster than you think. So let's look at the 3 signs that show you're digitally addicted. Number 1 is the phantom reach. This is where you feel your phone vibrated when it didn't. Your hand reached for it unconsciously in the middle of conversations, during meals, the moment you are bored. You check it within 5 minutes of waking up before you even use the bathroom. And here's what data is saying. Data says that averagely people touch their phones 2,617 times per day. When you're interrupted, even by a glance, it takes 23 minutes to regain deep focus again. And number 2 sign is you have the attention deficit. And this can be seen, for example, you can't watch a TV show without scrolling your phone. You're reading the same paragraph 3 times over and you still don't know what it says. You open apps just to check, even though you checked 2 minutes ago. You feel physically uncomfortable in silence or stillness. And this is the reality. Your creative problem-solving ability keeps dropping by 50% when you are distracted. Not 5%, not 15%. I mean 50%. The number 3 sign is that the withdrawal response is what you have. Put your phone across the room right now. Let's try something and see what happens. You will feel the anxiety, that urge to get up and grab it. That's not about needing information. That's withdrawal. And you can pause this episode right now and try this out. Put your phone face down across the room. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Do exactly nothing. Just sit. Did you notice the discomfort? Did you notice how your brain is screaming for stimulation? If you can't make it to the full 10 minutes without remembering something urgent, you need to check. You are not managing technology. Technology is managing you. So how do we get this resolved? How do you reclaim your brain? Here's exactly what's happening in your brain, and I want to explain this to you. Your brain has a chemical called dopamine, and this dopamine is your reward chemicals. When you do something, your body tells you, I like the feel of that. Can you do it again? And you keep doing it, and then you keep having this dopamine rush. Every text, every like, every email, every notification gives you a little hit of this dopamine. But here's what most people don't understand. Dopamine isn't about pleasure. It's about anticipation. It makes you reach for your phone, hoping something interesting is there. The actual check-in, often disappointing, but the anticipation that keeps you hooked. So you're anticipating that something is going to drop. Sometimes it might be positive or negative, but that makes that variety is where the juice is. And this is the tolerance trap that you're facing. Just like an addicted substance, your brain builds tolerance. The first like on social media felt amazing. Now you need 50 likes to feel the same hit. Your dopamine baseline keep rising, which means normal activities like reading, working on a project, having a conversation can't compete anymore. Creative work requires sustained focus, and sustained focus requires dopamine regulation, but your dopamine system is now short. So it's time for you to rewire it. And here's the breakthrough. Most people notice significant change in focus and creativity within 7 to 14 days, not months, not years, just days. And I'm going to walk you through on how you can do this. Week 1 can get uncomfortable and restless, anxious, irritable. This is your withdrawal, and it is temporal. On week 2, it will feel easier. The constant urge to check starts fading, and you catch yourself reaching less often. And then on week 3, you have your breakthrough. Focus improves and noticeably, and then reading becomes enjoyable and creative ideas starts flowing. Your brain wants to heal because it is designed to adapt. You just need to give it space. So let's look at the 21 days rewiring journey that you can take to reclaim your brain from this hijack. We talked about the week 1, which is the awareness phase. You're not changing anything at this point. You're just seeing clearly what's happening to you. You're just trying to understand what's going on in your brain. So what are the actions you can take in this week 1? Action number 1 is you track every phone pickup for 3 days. Use a counter app or a tally marks. Don't judge yourself, just notice. Don't try to change anything. When I did this, I thought I checked maybe 20 to 30 times daily, and actually it was 89 times. Then action number 2 is notice your triggers. What makes you reach out? Boredom, anxiety, transition moment between tasks. Write them down. Notice what your triggers are that make you to want to reach out to your phone. And action number 3 you want to do is do the 10 minutes stillness practice daily. We tried that before now. So you have no phone, no book, no music, just you and your thoughts. It can feel really, really uncomfortable, but that's the point. And then action number 4 is you remove social media from your home screen. All right, move apps to a folder or page 3 of your home screen. You'll still have access to them, but you won't open them unconsciously 50 times a day because they are not on your home screen. If you have the capacity to lock the folder, so you have to put a password to unlock the folder, this will help you because the time between when you have the hit and when you take action, you still have an opportunity to retrace. So these 4 steps for your week 1 would put you on a journey to reclaiming your brain. And then on week 2, this is the detox phase. This is where it gets real. So rule number 1 that you want to keep in this week 2 is no phone for the first hour after waking. Your first waking up hour, set your tunes, start reactive, and you stay reactive all day. So either you buy an alarm clock if you need to, or you decide to reprogram your mind to wake up at a particular time, which is far better because your mind needs to begin to respond to itself not by external stimulus. And rule number 2 is no screen 90 minutes before bed. This is because blue light disrupts your sleep, but more importantly, scrolling keeps your mind in stimulation mode. So read a physical book, journal, rather than reading from a screen. So you need to give your nervous system permission to settle. And rule number 3 is phone should be kept in another room during focus work, not face down on your desk, not in your pocket, in another room, even on silent. Your brain knows it's there and uses processing power resisting the urge to check. So keep it away from you. And rule number 4 you want to do is replace scrolling time with one analog activity. For example, reading, journaling, walking, sketching, something engaging but not overstimulating. For me, it was morning walk with no phone, no podcast, just walking and thinking. The creative breakthrough that happened was incredible. So, on week 3, it's your rebuilding phase. By week 3, you would notice something is shifting. Focus feels easier, boredom feels less threatening. Now you build a new system. You want to schedule check-ins only. Instead of continuous email and social media check-in, schedule 3 times per day to check your email, your social media. For example, you can have 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5 p.m. to check your social media and check your emails. And you set a timer. Check everything in that window. Then you close it all. Step number 2, one daily deep work block. So you can schedule 90 minutes of focused work, phone in another room, notification off, door closed. Then the first few times you will make it 30 to 40 minutes before your brain screams for stimulation. By day 21, you will hit flow states you forgot were possible. Then in week 3, you want to embrace boredom. Wait in line without your phone, sit at a coffee shop without distraction, drive without a podcast. Your brain needs boredom to process, integrate, and create. All your best ideas are trapped behind a wall of constant stimulation. So allow boredom to break down those walls. And then system number 4 is you want to document your ideas. As your brain heals, creativity floods back. Keep a simple notebook. When ideas hit, you capture them. All right, so here are some mistakes you want to avoid in your detoxing process. Mistake number 1 is going cold turkey with no plans, because suddenly deleting all apps will create panic and relapse. Use the phased approach instead. Don't do it at once. Just gradually introduce this. That way, you don't have the panic that would come as a result of instant deletion of your apps. Now, mistake number 2 is no replacement activity. Nature abhors vacuum. So if you just remove scrolling without replacing it, you will cave. So you need to have analog activities ready that will replace what you are doing digitally. Mistake number 3, all or nothing thinking. For instance, if you check your phone once during work time and you think you have failed, no, it's a process over perfection. Each conscious choice builds new neural pathways. So don't think you failed if in between you checked your phone, because the process is what makes those things stick. It's not yet about perfection. Mistake number 4, not addressing triggers. If boredom makes you rich, you need a boredom strategy. If anxiety triggers scrolling, you need anxiety tools. Know your triggers and plan your response ahead of time. Then mistake number 5 is keeping your phone nearby just in case. That's like keeping cookies on your desk while dieting. So remove the temptation entirely during your focused work. All right, so here is your action plan for this episode. Quickly go and download a screen time tracker and observe for 3 days. Number 2, do the 10-minute stillness test daily. And number 3, identify your top 3 phone triggers. Number 4, move social media apps off your home screen. And number 5, you can buy an alarm clock so your phone stays out of your bedroom. And then for the next 30 days, you want to implement the full week 1 awareness phase. Then you can add week 2 detox phase rules one at a time. And then you can schedule your first 90 minutes deep work block. And number 4, you can choose one analog activity to replace scrolling time. And finally, you can track your focus improvement in a journal. Remember, your first week won't be perfect. You will slip up. That's not failure. That's rewiring. And every conscious choice builds new neural path. You don't need perfection. You just need to start. So, in conclusion, here's what I need you to understand. Your attention is your most valuable asset, not your time. It's your attention. Because with attention, you can create anything. And without it, you can create nothing. The creative genius you think you've lost, it's not gone. It's just buried under a mountain of digital noise. Your brain can heal. Your focus is recoverable. Your creativity is waiting for you. You just need to give it a chance. Technology should serve you, not the other way around. Your phone is a tool, an incredible one for that matter, but somewhere along the way, we stopped using it and started being used by it. So for the next 21 days, you're taking back control. Not with extreme measures, not with willpower, but with intentional rewiring of your dopamine system and reclaiming your ability to focus deeply. So start today, not tomorrow, today. After this episode ends, put your phone somewhere inconvenient, set a timer for 10 minutes, and just sit. Feel the discomfort, notice the urge, and stay away. And that's one step ahead. And this has been the Life Podcast with me, your host, Manuel. And until I see you in our next episode, keep living in full expression.